FL Studio Mobile functions as a complete music production application for carrying out every step of song creation. But here's a list of features that will improve navigating FL Studio Mobile and expand your ability to create at your best. This tool is far from broken, so these will only add to the list of powerful modules, effects, instruments, and features already available to every user for life. Here we go. Number 1. An expander module. What is an expander? An expander increases the dynamic range by making quieter sounds even quieter, while a compressor reduces the dynamic range of a signal by making louder sounds quieter. Expanders are often used to reduce background noise, and they're used to increase the difference between loud and quiet parts. Compressors are used to even out the volume level. So having a tool that functions opposite to compressors is useful, and this will expand the functionality of FL Studio Mobile when it comes to editing and shaping audio. All right, let's go to number 2. The ability to add instruments to a list of user favorites. This increases the user's ability to navigate through FL Studio Mobile's rich library of unique instruments. Have you ever found the perfect sound one day, then forgot where it is the next? It happens to me all the time, and it's happened way more than once. I used it in one session, then weeks later, totally forgot what module and what preset it was. Thankfully, the updated rack feature allows creators to make what I call super instruments. Plus, we can load them onto desktop setups using FL Studio, which is fantastic. So definitely thanks for this one, ImageLine. Number 3, a button to collapse all open tabs to reveal the playlist. New users I've onboarded to FL Studio Mobile often get lost by the the style of layout where everything's folding open and closed, right? It's great. Panels folding from the left, panels folding from the bottom, sliding up here, sliding up there, right? We love it, and it's unique. It's totally unique to FL Studio Mobile. Yes, we know it takes time to familiarize ourselves with new devices and software. However, this will increase the speed of arranging and editing during the song-making experience. It's particularly useful when the track mixer and the module rack, or even the keyboard or the drum pads, are all open pretty much at once. It simply improves the navigation of FL Studio Mobile, especially for newcomers. So just imagine there's just one button, boom, and it just totally collapses this, drops this, maybe closes this, and you're back to the playlist. Guys, countless times, I've spoken to new users I've onboarded, and they're just like, I'm lost. I don't know where to find this. I don't know where to find that. Really, all they need to do is press this, or all they need to do is just slide this up and down. How do I get the keyboard? It's right there, right? The transport bar is right there. So it's one quick fix. I think that will help a lot of people. And truthfully, even myself, even though I'm so familiar with it, it would be nice to just get right back to the playlist in a snap, right? So let's move on to number 4. The ability to back up or transfer sessions, rack presets, perhaps even effect presets and instrument presets to nearby mobile devices. So it's useful for mobile creation, and it will essentially assist in the workflow. It facilitates the mobile musician's lifestyle. So let me ask, have you ever been on a road trip, perhaps with friends, maybe a band, and you started up a collaborative music session? In these moments, it would be super handy to be able to essentially just beam presets and files directly from one mobile to the next device, as long as they're on the same network. Essentially, something similar to syncing between mobile and desktop, but mobile to mobile. That would be fantastic. Let's go on to number 5. The ability to enlarge a rack, or essentially the modules, perhaps a click and drag type of stretching idea, or maybe there's a fixed expanded view. So these racks are not tiny, but for some, it really does cause an issue when they're trying to dial in specific details, right? And so the app would be more accessible essentially to a wider range of users. We can more accurately adjust control knobs and slider values to dial in desired levels, right? Desired values. Think of it as essentially zooming in and out. Even one module at a time would be helpful, right? If it just kind of had an expanded view. Now, for me, it's not necessarily super necessary, but I've spoken to many people who said this feature would be really helpful for them, especially on mobile, right? Think about it. Smaller screens, people with weaker vision. It's just super helpful, right? So let's continue. Number 6, the ability to search for instruments by typing. Now, it would be really fantastic if we could press, let's say, the plus button, and somewhere within here, let's say up here, we could actually type to find an instrument. And so just imagine, again, just browsing for presets, you know, in a search field, right? This could improve the user's ability to customize their experience. So it would improve workflow, giving us multiple ways to navigate to our desired presets and sounds. And, you know, this search function could display categories such as bass or leads or pads. You know, it would really show and make it simple to see the breadth of sound options FL Studio Mobile has just right under the hood. So just imagine you could search for something, but you would get a list of basses. So not just the mini synth bass, not just the 3x oscillator bass, not just the direct wave sampler basses, not just the GMS synth basses. You could, you know, GM synth basses, you guys get the point, right? You'll be able to search by instrument, go for it, just like that. But then you could also search by instrument type. I think that'd be super helpful for myself as well. And it would kind of help with one of the previous numbers of me essentially forgetting where certain sounds are, right? Let's continue on. The ability to automate tempo. Now, this is where we can bring songs to life just a little bit more, right? Off the grid, which is totally fine. The grid is fine, right? Now, this is useful for song arrangements, build-ups, changes of pace. Music is moving, it's breathing, and FL Studio Mobile already makes it super simple to automate nearly anything. As you guys know, just press record and start moving knobs, you're essentially automating, right? But tempo changes within one session may open up the natural creator in all of us. So, number 8, users have asked for a clipper many times, okay? In the meantime, we can use distortion, right? Create our own clippers by adding some distortion, and we can also add some compression as well, and essentially, you know, combine a combination to find a bit of soft clipping, right? In our own way, right? So we can create that. Now, this method that I just explained is fairly advanced, but it's definitely plausible and customizable, so I do love that, right? I'm a fan of the modular approach, but it's not necessarily for everyone. So though we can build custom racks right here within FL Studio Mobile with this new ability to save and load rack presets, I love it. It's super fantastic. But a dedicated clipper module will be adopted and utilized by many mobile music producers. I can say that just based on the comments I get on my videos. So guys, thank you for showing up to these all the time. And that's my list. I've got a couple of others, but I might save them for another one in the future, and perhaps we'll continue the discussion in the comments. I've responded to 100% of your comments, so thank you so much for showing up again, like I said. This list that I just created comes from years of experience using FL Studio Mobile, and I receive questions every day from users of all ages, all geographies, and skill levels. One thing is clear, they all want a streamlined experience. Another thing that's clear is we all love what ImageLine is creating with FL Studio Mobile. So share a comment about your features and let me know what you want to improve your experience using FL Studio Mobile. Does your list look like mine? Let's continue this discussion and dive further into intelligent compression. Guys, again, Justin Blends, winning with Blends. Let's win together. All the best.